In this exercise, I'm going to show you a strange little technique that allows you to close all but a single open document inside of Illustrator. So imagine at this point that I want to reduce my screen clutter because there's no reason anymore for me to have 6 illustrations open on screen. I just want to keep open welcomeagain.ai, that original file that I had open from the O2 workspace folder. Well, notice that most of these guys don't think that any changes have been made to them. They don't have any asterisks at the end of their file names. Just welcomeagain.ai does. And so that's going to allow me to close all the unmodified documents and keep open just the modified one. And I'm actually going to add a modification to this illustration by adding some swatches to this document. Notice that it doesn't have any color swatches as things stand now. And the reason is I did not initiate this document using the new command. Instead, I brought it over from Photoshop, and we'll see how that works in a later exercise. But for now, let's go ahead and add the default swatches to this document. To get to the swatches panel, go to the window menu and choose the swatches command. I already have mine up on screen, of course, so I'll escape out. Now, you should just be able to choose a default command and load them up. But Illustrator chooses to make something of a chore out of this operation. So click on this lower left icon inside the swatches panel to bring up this pop-up menu. Then go down to the other library command, and if you're working along with me, I want you to navigate your way to the exercise files folder, and then I want you to go to the chapter 1 folder. Yes, we're in chapter 2 right now, but I want you to go to O1 Make Doc. And inside there, load the 8-page newsletter as a color panel, which is an amazing thing. You can open documents in all sorts of ways inside of Illustrator. Anyway, because I've already done it in the past, I now have an 8-page newsletter option inside of this pop-up menu. So I'll just go ahead and choose it, and you'll get the same result if you're working along with me. You will see this panel of swatches right there. To move these swatches into the swatches panel for the active document, make sure that welcomeagain.ai is active, of course. Then click on the first swatch here in the 8-page newsletter panel. Shift-click in the last swatch in order to select them all, and then drag them and drop them over. It's that simple. Now click off in order to deselect them. Click off in order to deselect these guys. Close the panel. Now you've got swatches inside of Welcome Again. Now here's the strange technique. You need to make sure to click inside of all the documents that you want to close. So I'll click inside this guy, then here, then inside the black cursor, inside the red cursor, and finally click inside InPieces welcome.ai. And now I'm going to take advantage of that keyboard shortcut I was telling you about in the previous chapter, Control-Alt-W, or Command-Option-W on the Mac. And notice that Illustrator goes ahead and closes those files in the reverse order that you clicked on them. And then you have the chance of saying cancel. You don't want to say yes or save on the Mac because then you'll close your file after saving it. You don't want to say no or don't save because you'll lose your swatches. You want to say cancel or press the escape key to remain inside of your file. And then I'm going to press Control-1 or Command-1 on the Mac to go ahead and zoom in on this document. It's a little curious. You may find it useful. You may not. A way to close all but one document here inside Illustrator.